Hello crafters, in tonight's video I'm going to be making a card using the Hippest Hippos Cling Stamp Set and the Hippos dies. You can get those dies and stamp sets right from the Celebration brochure, and you won't have to pay a penny for them. They're free with a $50 purchase each. And the Celebration brochure is available until August 31st, but you want to hurry because it's while supplies last and things are starting to sell out. Hi, I'm Joan Heberlein, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan's Simple Papercrafts, found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds so I can turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's a card we're going to make tonight. We use the Hippest Hippo dies, and we're going to use this ballerina here. And you're always on point for the sentiment on the front of the card. And then we're going to use the ballerina die and these flower dies here and here. And for the inside of the card, we use So Proud of You, and we got that right out of a grandkid cling stamp set right here. Before we get started, I want to point out how we did this ruffle here. I looked online for somebody else who had done it. They just used SALE Plus, and they put two strips down, and then they just did ruching. So they put it in the tape, and then they just would crinkle it up and bring in the next part, and that didn't really work for me. So then I tried using my Take Your Pick tool, and that worked a little bit better. I got it all on there, and I did the whole stretch, and I let it sit for about an hour because I was doing other things, but when I came back, it all released. So I just did it all again and pressed it down real hard, and it wouldn't stick. So I thought, well, that's probably not the way she did it. So I used our tear-in tape, and that worked a little bit better, but it still, overnight, it released. So then what I did next is I took a string and I weaved it through the ribbon, and then I pulled it tight to give it some ruffling, and then I just put it on the tear-in tape. And that's what this is right here. So that's how we're going to show you today. What I'm going to do first is this ribbon. I've got a sheer ribbon, and it is real red, even though we're working with the sweet sorbet. What you want to do is use some kind of sheer ribbon. And if you don't have the right color, you can take the color and use one of the markers to make it red. So I'm going to put the knot into the ribbon, and I just have a slip knot at the end of the ribbon here, or at the end of the string here. I'm just going to come in from the back side, and then I'm just going to weave in and out. So I go back and forward and back and forward. And I pull it up, and I'm not even going to gather much because I just want to get a lot of that down before I start gathering it up. And I'm just going to keep going back and forward, and that's going to take me a few minutes to do that. I've already did it with another ribbon, and then I just pulled it at the end here to get it to be the right length here. Then we want to attach that to our card, but we don't have it made yet. So we'll put that aside, and we're going to just do all our stamped images right now. In our first one, we will use this cardstock. It is a piece of basic white cut at 3 inches by 8 inches, or that would be 7.6 centimeters by 20.3 centimeters, and it's scored at 4 inches, and that would be 10.2 centimeters. And I am going to fold it over, and I'm going to burnish it, and I'll burnish it on both sides because I want it to have a nice crisp edge there. The tighter I get that edge, the flatter my card will be once we're all done with it. So we want to stamp the inside of the card, and we're going to stamp it with the sweet sherbet. And we're going to use the So Proud of You. And that is done. We'll set that aside to get that to dry. And our next card is this one here. I cut it out with our stitch rectangle die, and I used this one right here to cut that out. And we will use You're Always On Point. I'm just going to center it. And we'll set that aside so that can dry. The next one is our hippo, and we're going to use Memento ink for this one. And I am just going to stamp it this way so I can see when it's all done. And I'll put this away too. Then we're going to take this, we'll cut it out. We've got plate number 1 and then plate number 2, and then we're going to put our cardstock down that has our stamped image on it. And then we'll get our stamped die. And I'm actually going to put this on top of it because that will give me a clear idea of how it's going to be cut out. So I am going to use my tape to tape this in place. And we'll just tape this down here first. And we'll tape this on top. There we go. And I'm just going to tape that there. Then we take this die and we put it in there, and you can feel it when it clicks in place. And it is in place. So then we're going to put the second plate number 2, and then we'll run that through our cut and emboss machine. And I've already done that. Let me clean these stamps off before we go any farther. And I am just going to use a little Stampin' Mist on here because I haven't been stamping today yet. And I am going to clean the excess off on this paper here. That helps keep our Stampin' Mist cleaner. So what we need to do here is we need to color her. And so what I'm going to use is our light petal pink, and we'll color her face and her belly. So this part around her mouth, we'll color her with the light petal pink. Then next we'll do the inside of her ear. But then we're going to go and use our light smoky slate. And then next we will use our Dark Poppy Parade. You could use the Sweet Sherbet, but I don't have that marker yet. So you could stop now and have that be your little gal for on the on point, but I want to put that ruffled tutu on her. So I'm going to bring out our tutu, and I need to tie this off yet. So I just need to make sure that I've got it tightened up enough. And so I'm just going to reinforce that knot because I found the right position now. So I'm just going to double knot it. And just doing like another slip knot over that same spot. And I'm going to take your pick tool to bring that thread through. I think tying the knot in the string is the most difficult part of this card. So I am going to trim this off here. So what we want to do next is we want to put our tear and tape on here. So we're going to put tear and tape along the skirt. And I'm kind of ruching this as well because I want it to wrap around the skirt. And it's hard to get a straight thing to go around a curve. So I'm going to pull the paper backing off. And let's see if we can get that down. I'm going to snip off this thread here. And let's see if we can't get this on this. So I'm going to put it down on this edge first. And down around this edge. So we end up down here. And I am going to just pull this back down here. That needs to be trimmed off. There, and I'm just going to press this down, make sure that we've got it all in place. All right, real cute. Okay, so we've got those pieces done now, and these are ready as well. So let's start assembling the card. We're going to need a piece of cardstock that's cut at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and it's scored at 5 1/2 inches. So that's 5 1/2 inches there. And if you're using centimeters, that would be 10.8 centimeters by 21.6 centimeters and scored at 14 centimeters. And we're just going to fold and burnish this. And again, I'm going to do it on both sides so that I get a nice crisp edge. And the next piece that would be our 3 inch by 8 inch, which was 7.6 by 20.3 centimeters. And then it was scored at 4 inches, or that would be 10.2 centimeters. And I got that stamped on the inside already. Then the next piece would be our 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch. And that's our designer series paper. It's from the In Color collection of the latest collection, the 2022 collection. And it is 4 inches by 5 1/4 or 10.2 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters. And we're just going to glue that down on the inside. You could use Stampin' Seal or Stampin' Seal Plus, but I like using the liquid glue because it gives you a little more wiggle room when you're working with it. So let me just get this going here. I have it in this needle nose tip, but I'm going to use another bottle because that one's dried up. So let me try this one. And this multi-purpose glue you can get in our catalog. And I'm going to put our silicone mat down in just a second because I forgot about it. And I will look for it and get it here. And I've left 1/8 of an inch of white space all the way around to give us a border. And then we'll do the same thing on this outer piece, this fold here. And this piece here is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And that would be 7 centimeters by 10.2 centimeters. And I'm just going to put it on our silicone mat so that we don't get glue on our work surface. Glue won't stick to this when it's completely dry, and then you can just rub it right off. Same thing with the Stampin' Seal or the Stampin' Seal Plus. You just rub it right off. Will not stick. Again, we're leaving 1/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. Gives you a nice border. And then we can put this down here. And let me do it this way. So we're going to center that. Should be about 1/2 an inch on all 4 sides. It's not actually 1/2 an inch to the edge, it's 1/2 an inch of the red. Then we've got that taken care of. And the next piece we have is our sweet Sorbet. And this is cut at 2 7/8 by 3 7/8, or 7.3 centimeters by 9.8 centimeters. And we're just going to put a little glue on the back side of that. And I'm just going to put it down right here, leaving 1/16 of an inch for a border. So just very little bit of white space. Then we've got this basic white, which is cut at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, or 7 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. And what I want to do with that is I want to give it some texture. So I am just going to put score lines in it at a diagonal. So I'll bring out our trimmer and we'll use that to do the score lines. I'm going to put it on the diagonals first. And I'm starting in the middle so that I don't bend over the edge. And I'm going to go up and down. And I'm just going to go over the 1/2 an inch. And another 1/2 an inch. So we've got those diagonals done on the upper half of that. We won't do the bottom half. So let's bring this back in here. We can glue this down. So I glued it so that we could see them as being raised from position. And then we're going to just put this down, and that'll be another 1/16 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the white. And then we'll glue our hippo down. And we'll do our always on point. And I'm not pressing the hippo down because I have to get her umbrella on. And we've already cut it out. Okay, so the umbrella is right here. And so what I did is I cut this out by putting it onto a piece of the sweet sorbet, but I didn't have the whole thing done. So I just need to trim off this little handle part. So this is what it looked like. And then there should be a black handle. And I'm just going to trim off the top part of this. And we're going to put glue on this part here, and put the two pieces together to give us our umbrella. Okay. Then we want to put it on to the hippo in her arms. And we're just going to do it like that. And have it come across to go across these words here. And then we have our flowers. And I believe I have to do one more flower. Okay, so now we have our crown for our hippo. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there. And we'll put one glue down here. And one glue right here. And then we've got our gems. Now I ran out of the rhinestones that have the glue on them already, so I've got just a couple here that I can use. And I'll have to do my own gluing. And I'm just going to put a little dot right there on each one of these. Then I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and we'll pick up a gem and we'll set it on that glue dot, or that glue spot. There we go. I think she's done. I hope you like this project as much as I did. Why don't you give it a try? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, would you do me two favors? Click the thumbs up emoji, which means you like it, and would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotions going on right now. The July-December 2022 mini catalog is here. Share and celebrate every season of life with the brand new products from the July-December 2022 mini catalog. Find the perfect something for autumn, winter, spring, and every occasion in between. You can find a link to that catalog in the comments section below. It's time for one of the most exciting promotions and parties of the year, Celebration. From July 1st to August 31st, You can earn exclusive free products by shopping, joining, or hosting. Choose a free celebration product with every $50 or $100 you spend, and that's before tax and shipping. Reward yourself by hosting a party. Hosting a party is always fun during celebration. It's even more rewarding. On top of the usual host rewards you can earn toward free and discounted products, there's also no limit to the number of free celebration products you and your guests can earn. Plus, place a party or a personal order over $300, excluding shipping, and you'll also receive the exclusive Perfect Pomegranate stamp set for free. Do what you love. Share your passion for creativity and do more of what you love. Join Stampin' Up! As an independent demonstrator and build a starter kit by selecting $125 in products for only $99. Join now during celebration and we'll throw in the Making the Plans collection for free. It's the perfect resource for allocating your time, building your business, and memory keeping along the way. You can find the link to the celebration brochure in the comments section below. So yes, a lot's going on right now, and I hope you picked the perfect bargain for you. Mark your calendars. I'll be back next Saturday, August 13th at 7 p.m. Central Time. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.